Hi, the four-tier bridge. What's up, fam? Did it crash? Where did my game go? My game has disappeared! Curses! Foiled again! I don't know why it closed. I'll just reopen it. Hello, B&M Trains. Hello, Rowan Abe. Hello, Train Boy. And that's it. That's all I can see. It's World of Warships, not... See, WoW sometimes means... Some people are like, that's World of Warcraft. I'm not playing World of Warcraft. Join the team of one of the dockyards to give it a helping hand in the competition. Chatham? Throughout its history, the Chatham dockyard built more than 500 ships for the needs of the British Royal Navy. Elswick. The Elswick shipyard built entire fleets to order for different countries, but was particularly famous for its cruisers. Clydebank shipyard saw warships of all types, from destroyers to battleships, notable and famous worldwide. Let's go with Clydebank. Free XP? Thank you. 1 container is available tomorrow. Alright, let's go to Armory. America. You know, I don't know if World of Warships is on non-PC platform. That's a good question. I know World of Tanks is, but I don't know about... anything else. Not gonna lie, I'm not sure. This game's just giving me a lot of stuff. I'm trying to... Can you... Okay. Okay! Okay! There you go. I still need quite a bit for that. For the Colorado. What else do we have? Happy Pie Day! Canada Day! Eagles. That's pretty cool. Canada! This isn't a Canadian boat at all! Might as well sell all my camels. They no longer do anything. What, did they change that? Really? Oh, wow! That's cold! That's cold as ice, what that is! It used to be that they would boost you. Pledge ship are removed after each battle fought. Common special bonuses can be purchased for doubloons. You have auto purchase enabled. The selected bonus will be purchased and mounted automatically as they are spent. And the selected bonus. Bonus packages light or more resources. Permanent bonus is expendable bonus. Okay, that's the permanent bonus. We don't need a permanent bonus. We just need that one. So I have 13 of these, so I might as well. Oof, that's a lot. No real reason not to do that. I actually kind of prefer this, I'm not gonna lie. The skin thing was kind of annoying, because, like, I don't mind the skins did something, but it just felt like once you were out of them, like, it just... I prefer this. This actually seems a lot better. Plus that bonus is ludicrous. So I'm hopefully going to be able to level up a lot quicker, at least for a bit. Let's see how we do. I might get obliterated immediately. I've also been playing Azure Lane on my phone. It tells you anything about me. I just got Shinano. I was very excited about that. That's one of my favorite aircraft carriers nobody knows about but me. Alright, New Mexico, let's see how we do. I actually, like, I don't even, like, if I had to choose a team, it would, of course, be, you know, Eagles. America. Duh. But, you know, I use whatever, you know, in terms of ships. It should be noted that painting the stars and stripes on a battleship in warfare is not a good way to camouflage it generally, so it's probably wouldn't be advised. Normally, I just had one left, and I was like, you know what? America. That's just a spot plane. Let's lower our speed a bit. I see a lot of cruisers. There's a battleship. There's no submarines on the map. The enemies do have an aircraft carrier, though. And several destroyers, which are always annoying. Turn this into Honda Point. Oh my god. Yeah, I've seen ships do that in this game. It can totally happen. Like, I might get a hit off that, not sure. Ooh, yep. Over penetrations, actually. Got a couple hits. Nothing major. Nothing exciting, but a couple hits. I'll take it. You missed! Oh, all those missed? Come on! Ow. That was slightly irritating. Excuse me.
Torpedoes, direct front.
What? Where? Okay, those will miss.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Rude!
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Gotcha!
Enemy battleship sunk. Torpedoes to starboard. The ship is on fire.
Oh, that's not good.
Torpedoes to starboard.
That was rough. Oh, no, no, no. Keep turning. We're going to keep turning now.
Problem solved, sir. The ship is on fire. Torpedoes, dead ahead. Enemy destroyer detected. The enemy is about to win.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Ow! Oh well. It happens. I will not be playing the British tech tree. I won't do it. You can't make me do anything. I'm not gonna do that just yet. Oh, I see. They changed all this too. I didn't realize that. That's fun. For now, I won't touch anything because I... Sorry, guys. What was going on? I was thinking, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was overcomplicating things like I always do. Anyone want a bubbly? You guys want a bubbly? Anybody? Anybody? No? Okay. Good, it's mine.
Action stations.
Action stations!
Awaiting instructions.
Alright, there's one submarine on this map on the enemy team, and they have an aircraft carrier. Submarine always alarms me. Why is the mineral water bad? Why would you drink it if it was bad? It doesn't even make any sense. You're not making sense, sir. Oh yeah, that was the button that does that. Saw you. There you are.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Not sure if that's gonna hit. Don't think so. Maybe.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Oh, close.
Torpedoes to port.
No. No torpedoes.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Ooh. Got one of his turrets.
Enemy battleship detected.
I didn't bleed that enough. That was my fault. Hello, friend.
Torpedoes to starboard.
No, you're there somewhere. That is gonna hit. There's no way I can avoid that. Ooh, that was a good hit by that sub.
Enemy cruiser detected. Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes astern. The ship is on fire. Enemy cruiser sunk.
They do have aircraft carriers. You can kind of control the planes. It's not really a flight sims kind of situation though. Like it's more like suggesting directions for them. But it does. There are planes.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Torpedoes to starboard.
Hard to port.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Submarine's still out there too. What's that? Bomber's grade. I missed.
Target penetrated.
Yeah, how do you get that one down? Can't get that one down.
Torpedoes to starboard.
What? I'm just going outside of the island. Thank you, I guess. It's not gonna hit me. Be surprised if it did. Okay, listen up. Listen, cruiser, I'm not... Oh, no, we're not doing this. That's not happening.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Ooh, that might happen, though.
To starboard. Target penetrated. We're hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
Anytime you guys are ready to reload, I'd really appreciate it.
Problem solved, sir.
Gotcha.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
What?
Torpedoes direct front. Spotter airborne. Spotter destroyed.
Hi.
Main turret critically damaged. Problem solved, sir.
Ah! Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. There was no way out of that. They got our submarine.
begins in 5 minutes.
I mean, I'm not streaming on Twitch at the moment, so that would be part of it.
Our victory is in sight.
I mean, probably nothing. It's hard to police that. I'm sure they could ban you for it, I would imagine. I guess the issue would be then getting caught in the first place, and streamers that are small enough to risk that, like, they usually don't even notice unless they're reported. What kind of narc reports that? Because, you know, like I said, I'm not streaming on both at the same time. Ooh, he almost had that. That's sad. That's sad to watch. It's time. Tier 7. Yeah, that sounds about right.
You like your chair?
I like my chair.
No, yeah.
And I unlocked a new battleship.
You look so handsome.
Upgraded. Oh, thank you.
You're so tall and don't have to bend down. It's so nice. Remember how to bend down?
I remember.
No, I don't have to.
I'll have to lower it. That way you have to bend down some more. What?
Take it.
Action
He's doing this
stations.
thing on the wall and trying to catch it. Don't tell him I told you, but I would go say something.
I'll step out after this match if he's doing that.
You hear it?
Jack, you throwing something? You lying? Are you lying? If I walk out there and catch you throwing something, you're in trouble.
Toy slingshot? Is that what it is? Okay, stuff.
Oh, hi, kitty. Careful, he's gonna claw. Seriously?
What just happened?
Oh.
He fell in. I lost grip of him and he fell into all this.
Jack, be nice to Bailey, please. Ugh.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy battleship sighted. The ship is on fire. Spawner returning to ship. Problem solved, sir.
Yeah, he walked up and he was carrying the cat and he just tried to throw Bailey on my lap. It was really sweet and all, but he almost dropped him and Bailey's trying to claw my leg and that would have hurt really bad. And oh boy.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
This is what we call a tactical retreat, because there are way too many ships that are not my friends. And I don't have enough friends around here. Yeah, that's great.
Torpedoes to port.
Oh, man, that's not good.
The enemy is about to win.
Let's do some work with the aircraft carrier. I still only got the Langley, so it's not like it's an exciting one. I hit with both of those. Excellent. Hello, Destroyer.
I get so tilted at the towers.
Were you guys trying to bait me out?
Yes.
I was, with my son.
Understandable. But yeah, we were joking about how like the cursed words will bring him and like we were just talking like Sonic games and stuff like that, and Zach had mentioned that he was about to talk about Sonic 06, so he's like, watch as the cursed words summon him immediately after I say it, Sonic 06, and then I joked around and I'm like, Sonic 06.
Yeah,
Sonic
I
06.
saw.
It just,
That's
and then
nice.
it progressed.
I checked it and I'm like, did you guys are you approaching me? Like, that's kind of where I was at. I was like,
Yeah, it just evolved from a stupid VC joke of just like, oh yeah, we're just joking that'll get Josh to join the call, but then Zach was like, oh, I'm gonna go farther than that. So yeah. And then you see, my joke of best game ever wasn't enough, so I had to make it worse by posting a picture of the platinum hit.
I still
version.
cannot believe it was. But, like, it doesn't really mean anything, but it's like, really?
It sold well.
I know. So did I
It
seriously
is
just
the best
miss?
Sonic game ever made.
Uh-huh.
That's like Sonic Labyrinth.
Are you done?
Never! I will always have room to poke fun at weirdly obscure Sonic games that tried to experiment with stuff.
That was their first mistake. Can't try anything new around here.
Sorry, what? I missed that.
I said you can't try anything new around here.
It's so just not a good idea.
Autopilot mode enabled.
What are you up to?
I am playing World of Warships.
Very nice.
Can I interest you in a rousing game of World of Warships?
I still have yet to finish my PC stuff, so sadly I cannot. I mean, if there's one thing that's been helping me with that is
We were in the lead, and now all of a sudden, mysteriously, all my teammates are dead.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
It's just me, and I'm an aircraft carrier. I cannot win this by myself.
But basically, my plans for today kind of fell through, which is a little helpful for me.
I was gonna say that sounds actually normal for you lately. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I wasn't prepared for it. Like, I wasn't prepared for things to go right.
Well,
At least
I also understand that logic.
yeah. I mean, on the plus side, I played more prop hunt today, so that was fun. Definitely would be more fun with more people, because I played it with 2 people instead of 3 this time, so... I had a good time at the end of the day, but it'd be a lot better with more people.
At least you finally got to play prop then.
Indeed.
The next access level unlocked. Join a clan to dive into naval encounters as
No.
part of a cohesive team.
No, I don't join clans game. Don't start. You're not allowed. But don't you want no? But what about no? Are you sure? Yes.
But Josh, what about joining the best guild known to man? The Monster Hunter Guild.
Do you enjoy being alive? Cause
I want to make a joke about it, but I can't remember the proper line. Why is being alive so expensive? I'm not even having any fun.
Yeah. Yeah. What was I was gonna say something and now I forget.
Curse you, forgetfulness.
Oh, Silent Pain. Yeah. So because of the astounding success of something I genuinely enjoy doing anymore, probably won't see pretty much next to nothing from me when it comes to video game stuff or fanfic nightmares or anything like that. Like, I'm just having fun with my history stuff now.
It sounded like the background noise was responding to you with, like, no more fanfic nightmares. What? But yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, Silent Pain was asking. Hey, Asamu. I am about to start a match, but I really have to go to the bathroom, so hold that thought.
God, my fan hates everything. Take this stupid thing apart.
Okay, not. I think the fact that I grabbed a snack might be indicative of the answer to that question. Love you! Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yep, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh god, what? What'd I do?
You didn't give us a hug.
Yeah?
That's rude.
Oh, hold on.
Okay.
You killed me. I'm the imposter along with Unicorn Boxer. Jack killed me. Jack killed me. Jack killed me. Jack killed me.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm back. For real this time.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm only
really?
back here, and my girlfriend and son are like, hey, you didn't give us a hug. And I'm like, god damn it.
Hey, hugs are important.
They're playing Among Us.
Among Us is quite fun.
What are you doing, Kane?
Not much. Just chilling after prop hunt.
Oh boy. Stormy conditions on the high seas today.
General quarters.
I only play this game on PC. Lawrence says, I don't really play many console games anymore these days. I have a lot of consoles, it's just easier to have all my games right in front of me. I work at my PC, and I can play on my PC, talk to my friends on my PC. Really, kind of glued to this thing in many ways. I should go outside more.
Yeah.
Not literally glued, no. That'd be really awkward. Kane might be to his, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if Kane exists at all in physical form.
For you see, I'm actually the world's first net navi, held secret by everyone.
Oh, here
no
we
one
go.
knows about it. But Mega Man Battle Network is the new reality. For you see, people in the early 2000s understand what's coming. But they played the Battle Network games on the Game Boy Advance.
You done?
No. But they didn't get to play the best version of Battle Network 1, for that is the DS exclusive Rockman.exe Operate Shooting Star.
Operation Shooting Star.
Nope.
Really?
Yep.
That's dumb. Operate shooting. What does that even mean? Are you operating on a shooting star?
So, what it's supposed to be, from the naming scheme that I understand from the original Japanese version, NetOps are called operators in Japan. And because the remake on DS has Mega Man Star Force content, they named it like you're operating Shooting Star Mega Man as a net navi.
Okay.
That's why they named it Operate Shooting Star. It never came over to the States.
I got that.
If it did, it would probably be called... It probably would be called Operation Star Force. Which I wouldn't agree with. I do think that that's probably the worst aspect about the remake. Is including Star Force content. I get the idea, but I both understand and get really annoyed every time I hear about this game and when people talk about it. Because everyone gets so up in arms and angry about the fact this isn't a crossover. It's named like a crossover, but it's not a crossover. Like, guys, it's called Rockman.exe.
Yep.
It is a Battle Network game, first and foremost, because it's called Rockman.exe. I don't know why you're surprised. I don't know why you're complaining. You knew exactly what you were going into. You just didn't want to understand that. You got your hopes up for a crossover that wasn't really going to be a crossover. It was just an extra bonus thing. Like, I watched this review a while back because I was just curious about Operate Shooting Star content on YouTube. And this guy dunked on it so hard. So ridiculously hard. Because it wasn't a Star Force game, and I'm like, so you can't read.
Yeah. Reading's hard. Reading comprehension is very difficult, Kane. Children have to study for years for that. And some people never get a chance.
Mad that like
sorry, hold on a second, Kane. Hold that thought.
Mhm.
Everything's fine on my end, Launces, so maybe I don't know, maybe refresh it. But everything's fine over here. Bitrate's still up. Everything's good. Silent. Lately, it's been a lot of strategy games, like grand strategy games, or just building railroad kind of games. I mean, the only games I really don't play are sports games. But lately, I've been looking more for, like, chill world building kind of stuff. This is the most competitive game I've been playing lately. Like, this is about it. It's only because of Warships. If it was anything else, I probably wouldn't be playing it. I did dip into World of Tanks a little bit. Don't like it quite as much as this. But, outside of that, I don't really play any, FPSs or anything like that. I have tried Railroads Online. Or is that the one that I recommended to everybody? And... Oh, that's not... Yeah, that is the one I recommended to you guys, and no one's on board. None of my friends are big Drain fans. But, Kane, that's the one I was telling you about with the... Where you build a railroad together.
Railroads Online.
I haven't tried it yet because all my friends are too busy with any other kind of game.
I actually thought I put that on my wish list, but it must have gotten removed at some point.
You lied to me is what it was.
I was waiting for it to go on sale.
I don't think it's been on sale, because I had it on my wish list too, and it hasn't been.
Yeah. But yeah, it just feels like one of those things where the person was really biased against it because
because it wasn't what they wanted it to be.
They got it imported as a child because Star Force is their favorite Mega Man series.
And it's not a Star Force game.
It's not a Star Force game, and a simple cursory glance at the name will tell you that. Like I hate to break it to you people, but you do realize that the prime title in the name tends to take focus of the game, right? Like, if I played a Prince of Persia Assassin's Creed crossover called Prince of Persia, the Assassin Who Leapt Through Time, I would be shocked if most of it was Assassin's Creed, okay? Like, it's called Prince of Persia. It better be primarily focused on Prince of Persia.
If anything, you'd be angry if it weren't that.
Yeah. So, like...
I know what you're like. I know my carrier's under attack. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
It's like, I'm sorry you bought a Rockman.exe game. But, like, that's on you and not the game?
Autopilot mode enabled.
Like, I do think that Battle Network and Star Force are different enough to, like, if you like one, you might not like the other, but... Come on. Like, it wasn't just that he didn't like it, it felt like he was really dogging on the game for just not being Star Force, and that everything was bad because it wasn't Star Force, and it just wasn't... It was like, okay.
It's not Star Force! Rah!
Fine, but clearly, sir, you do not understand that the name of the game is Rockman.exe. Your opinion is invalid. completely and totally invalid. You are reviewing this as you are saying this is a bad game because it's a bad Star Force game.
Which, okay, that's true, but
That's not what it is.
yeah, exactly.
Like, come on. It just bothered me because it wasn't just I'm disappointed that this isn't what I wanted. This is bad because it was advertised as this, but it never was.
Torpedoes to port.
I kind of feel that, but in a different way, Silent Pain. My issue is not necessarily multiplayer games, it's just the PvP aspect that has really taken over everything.
Like, I still love League of Legends. I fully admit this.
Yeah.
But even, you know, like, the only reason I would ever play it now is purely because I like the strategy elements of the game, not because it's a team game. Like, I'll work with my team, I'm good at that. You know, Kane will vouch for me. People have watched me stream. I'm not a toxic dude. But, boy howdy, a lot of people on there sure are toxic dudes! Like,
Yep.
they're just like, dude, just play the game. No! We're losing because of you! Definitely not because of me! I'm pretty sure it might have something to do with you.
Yeah, look at that idiot who bought an item that raised his stats. God, what a moron.
He's still mad about that.
Yes, because it was hilariously stupid.
Okay, you didn't buy the right item that raised the stats. Okay, duh. You were supposed to. You were supposed to buy. You know? Did you not? You know? You were supposed to buy the item they would have bought, not the one that you thought was best for your situation. That's. Duh. I mean, they were obviously the best player there, despite having the worst score. So I don't know why you wouldn't believe every word of what they were saying.
Did he have the worst score in the game?
His score wasn't good enough to be a jerk, I can tell you that much!
Oh my god, that would be amazing. I remember that even happening in Paladin. Some dude was being really toxic towards me specifically during not like the not the competitive match we were in.
Oh, okay,
like,
I was gonna say, because you know, time we played ranked and it was horrible.
That was so bad.
I am still shocked by that. It's like,
yeah.
It's like you guys are being you guys realize what we're playing, right?
Yeah.
Dude, this is not the time to care. I'm just saying, I don't care if it's ranked. This is Paladins, okay? Nobody plays this seriously.
Reported him after that because it was that level of toxicity. But
well, I think in retrospect, he strikes me as a dude that may have gotten like banned from Overwatch for being that bad. So he switched over to Paladins.
That's probably true. The one that was for the one that I'm talking about right now though is this guy was being really toxic on just a random match. Like there was specifically towards me too, and I was doing fine. Like sure I wasn't the best healer, but like I was keeping people from dying and doing my job. And this dude was just being so rude the whole time. And the end of the match came out, and I have a screenshot of this somewhere. I'd have to dig it out. He had the worst score of the entire game. I beat him by like 5 full places.
They usually
and
do.
I'm like, yeah, because, and even then, like, I'm pretty sure even if I did have the worst score, I'm pretty sure everyone, if they were forced to talk and say something, they'd be like, you may have been the worst, but you were cool and not mean like this other person. But yeah, I think that the thing that makes me laugh so hard about that League of Legends one that I just am like, I'm like, dude, I bought an item that raised my stats.
No, but it was
like,
it wasn't the right one.
I know, because I'm just like, the only reason I picked that specific item is because like like, I basically knew that I wasn't picking the right items, you know? Like, it was something that the game recommended me, and I...
Well,
I was
at the
looking
point you
between-
played, the recommended items were fine. I think I even told you at the time. I was like, no,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that item.
Exactly.
Because I would have politely said, no, Kane, that probably wasn't the best buy. But if I was fine with it, it was probably fine, because, like, I know the game. Like, well enough to know that, that item's fine, that item's not, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. They were just being a jerk.
They were. It just made me laugh. It made me laugh because I'm like, I bought an item that raised my stats in the way that, like, for how I was playing at that moment, that was perfectly fine, and it helped me. And I'm like, hey, even if you're right, dude, you're wrong. Come on, calm down. It was hilarious to me, the whole experience. I do want to mention that I'm being legit about this. I'm not even mad about it. It just still makes me laugh to this day for how toxic that one guy got over me buying one item.
That is League.
'Cause
That's
I
kind of the
don't
problem
think-
with team games in general. Like, you think team games would breed cooperation? Not in the realm of the internet. In real life,
Yeah.
people are different, but on the internet, people say whatever they want, and people get mad because they're like, I'm losing because of you! And it's like, or maybe you just suck. And 9 times out of 10, it's the second thing. Trust me, I played League for so many years. Almost always, the toxic dude was at the worst score on the team. That happens so much. And it's like, I'm pretty sure this is a you issue, fam. I'm not gonna be real about this.
Yeah. I can't remember what game it was, and I can't remember what happened, but I did get really frustrated at some of my teammates at one point in some game. I don't even remember what it was, but it was really bad with, like, people not even, like, moving, or like they like if I want to say this is what happened, but I could be wrong. I feel like I watched the healer, like, running out in the middle of everything trying to fight, and it's like, you are a healer. like not even a support that can play offensively. It was like a healer, like a white mage going up against Kefka.
They'll be fine.
You know, like that is no. Don't do that. Yeah, it was the most frustrating round of that I had, because I'm just like, I would much rather be playing anything else with my friends right now. I do still think that my biggest frustration about games is that we don't have anything that's drop-in, drop-out co-op. That's always been something that I think has hurt, at least my ability to play anything, is...
I mean, there are games like that. It's just none of it I would consider fun.
Yeah.
So basically, can I drop in? Yeah, but I won't.
Where are we dropping, boys?
I'm dropping nowhere. I'm playing something else.
Hey, Teddy.
Hi. What's up?
Why are you still here?
Oh, what?
I want to see how this plays out.
What are you guys doing?
Quoting DBZ abridged. I am not programmed for sarcasm. My favorite thing about that scene is that there's clearly a little bit of robotic cyborg interaction there, where I am not programmed for sarcasm. I'm proud of you.
I mean, to be fair... Oh, God. So, how were things today?
Autopilot mode enabled.
Went okay.
Alright. I say today as it is currently 15 minutes into Monday for me, so hey.
It's an hour before that for me. About.
Yep, it's 17 minutes into Monday, actually.
I need to fix my...
Do you have work today, young man?
Are Are you streaming?
I am.
Okay, good, because I was about to cuss, and I don't want to cuss. But for some weird reason, my clock on my PC is constantly 2 minutes behind, and I don't know why.
I mean, it's fine. It happens.
Anyway, do I have work today? As far as I know, no.
I feel like that's something you should know.
Well, what ended up happening was, like, I texted my boss, and I'm like, hey, Sunday's the only day that I had scheduled for this week, and I was wondering if there are, like, any shifts I could, you know, come in and actually do, you know? And she was like, oh, I'll look at the schedule when I'm in, tomorrow, and I'll text you. And I was like, cool, that sounds great.
Wait. What? There's a game called FPS Chess.
What?
I heard chess and I'm intrigued, but before that I heard FPS and I stopped being intrigued.
I'm so confused as to what this is.
FPS chess? Or chess?
It's just so weird.
Send me the link. Because now you have me intrigued as well, as the resident FPS person.
Our team has taken the lead.
DC text chat.
Let's see this.
Oh, right. Josh, I told you about Demio, right?
And it was me, Demio! No.
Wait. Play an ordinary game of chess against a... This is in the About This Game page. Play an ordinary game of chess against a friend or a stranger. However, all your intricate strategies will crumble before the enemy rook's sniper trick shot. All your practice openings and counters will amount to nothing before the enemy queen's randomly sprayed machine gun. You finally checkmate the king. Unfortunately, it appears you are not ready for this fight. 5 seconds in and you've been sliced in half by the king's sword. It turns out you're not playing chess at all, but an FPS. Just make sure to practice your aim.
It's really everything you just said has made me violently angry.
So I should also point out that the top review on this game, which is from a person named Dingus,
Great.
and who has 0.1 hours on record, simply reads, "This game is a game."
Top tier.
I mean,
That is the top review for this game. Funny. Miner of some sort using 90+% of my GPU. What?
oh, it's. I mean, to be fair, it's probably just poorly optimized.
Yeah, it's probably horribly optimized.
Yeah. System requirements. 64-bit
saying it's
processor.
crypto mining on your PC.
Yeah. Which.
How dare they? That's my PC. You don't get to mine things
About
that will be worthless in about 10 years.
About development, this game was developed.
Out.
This game was developed as a student project.
That's fair.
This game was developed as a student project at DigiPen Institute of Technology. It was created for educational purposes only. What? Okay, this game thoroughly has me intrigued, but for like all of the wrong reasons.
It does sound absolutely ludicrous.
Question: does it cost money?
Yes.
So then it wasn't.
Actually, wait, no. It's actually free.
Okay, I was gonna say that it wasn't created for educational purposes only.
Yeah, no, sorry. No, it is actually free, and you can totally play it right now.
Nice. I would like to
I think I'll pass
mention
on
real
it.
quick.
See you guys.
Huh?
No, some of my stream is leaving.
Yeah.
They said you scared them away.
Oh.
You
My
specifically.
apologies. Wait, who specifically?
You specifically.
Who's you?
You.
What is...
Can you hear that?
Yes.
That's my son. I'll be back.
Oh.
Okay. Just... okay.
Achoo! Oh,
Gesundheit.
thank you.
Dad, look at me. You do not have to scream.
Sounded painful, not gonna lie.
Thankfully, it wasn't. Just very loud.
Very good. My dad always has, like, the kind of sneezing where, like, whenever he sneezes, I feel like you sounded like you just, like, almost blew one of your internal organs out through your nose.
Yeah, it usually only happens when, like, the sneeze is trapped for, like, a few seconds, because then it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm still marveling over the fact that we found a game called FPS Chess. I'm too used to like hearing chess in regards to like looter shooters like Borderlands or something like that.
Yeah.
First person shooters and chess. Like, who came up with that?
They did.
Evidently. And it has earned them the coveted spot of probably one of the weirdest ideas for a video game I have ever heard in my entire life.
I'm sure there's probably stranger, like, I still think it's really hard to beat Katamari Damacy in terms of weirdness.
Yeah.
That's a pretty high level of strange.
Yeah. One could even say they would earn a doctorate.
Okay.
Everything
Everything
alright?
all right?
People were bullying him in a game of Among Us. I had to explain to him to calm down that this sort of thing happens. People aren't always nice on the internet. Which is actually kind of topical considering what Kane and I were just talking about.
Yep.
I wasn't here for it. What were you guys discussing?
We were discussing how mean you are in particular.
We were discussing League of Legends and how especially like PvP games, I feel like tends to bring out the worst of people a lot of times.
To be fair, yeah. Especially if, like, you're a naturally competitive person, I feel like it can definitely, like, make things worse. I mean, heck, back when I was in middle school, I actually did a report on Tom Brady, of all people.
What?
And I learned that when he was a younger lad, he always used to get very angry at video games, and I think he put a controller either through his wall or through his TV because of it.
You know, I've gotten really mad at video games before. Ninja Gaiden. But I've never actually broken a controller before.
Neither have I. My dad broke my controller once because
Wow.
he was that angry at me. But I have never broken one of my controllers.
I have broken a few.
I'm not surprised by this at all.
Well, yeah. It's me. What did you expect?
You get way too angry at the stupidest crap.
Oh no, I totally understand.
Like that's just you. I know that about you. Kane knows that about you.
You got mad at me earlier for mentioning SteamOS.
Wait, why?
Apparently, I talk about it a lot. Which
I
do.
mean, I did say you talk about it a lot. I didn't say I was angry at you for it. I just
Well,
said-
you definitely yelled at me.
I did not yell at you.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
I'm not. Yes, you did.
If so, I apologize. Then I didn't mean to I didn't mean to get angry about the.
This is why I only mention it in like the way I'm doing, because like it's fine. But I knew that you were basically unaware of that.
I didn't mean to be that much of a...
Like I don't know if it's just the way that you try to do a certain joke, but yeah, you definitely yelled at me earlier about bringing up SteamOS.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't mean
Apology accepted.
I didn't mean to yell. Welcome back.
It better not happen again, or I'm gonna have to challenge you to a game of League of Legends, and we'll have to settle this like men.
Oh God! Don't you dare! I would probably sooner throw myself out my window than play League of Legends ever again.
Okay, bye.
Wow. Okay.
Because you know what else, Ted? In order to stay an admin in this server, you have to play a game of League.
I mean, I already have played a game of League multiple times, and I don't like it.
Have you considered getting better at the game?
I have considered that it is a game that I really am not good at to begin with, so I would probably just... Excuse me. I'd probably be better putting my resources towards getting better at games that I actually have a desire to get better at.
Yeah, but have you tried getting better at League?
I have. I tried getting into it and getting better at it twice, and it did not work out either time.
You never knew I was a dad, Samu? It's been about 9.5 years. Yes, 9.5 years. That ship sailed a long time ago. But what's really surprising is finding out that I'm Teddy's father.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
You're 10 years older than me.
I know. That raises all sorts of questions, doesn't it?
Ted Skywalker.
Shut up, Kane.
No, I'm not Teddy's dad, though. That'd be...
No, he is not.
Yeah.
I like how ashamed of the notion you are, though. Like, really? You gotta come...
Well, no, it's just like... I don't know. Like, I guess I've, like... I don't know. That wasn't meant to be, like, a jerk thing to say. It was just, like... I don't know. Anyway, continue, Kane, please, before my brain falls out of my ears.
Who would win in a 1v1 in League of Legends? Me or Teddy?
Lord, don't.
What kind of a question is that?
Just out of sheer curiosity more than anything.
See, the main problem...
I think, Kane, you technically played more, so you have more experience. But you're both still kind of terrible. Plus, Kane, you tend to prefer support or Fizz.
And I tend to prefer support as well, so...
Oh, well, as a support slap fight, it's up in the air. Though if he plays Fizz, I doubt you'll ever hit him, because even Kane can mash the buttons.
I just imagine Teddy and I in white mage robes slapping each other's hands like cartoon style.
Yeah, it's like that scene in SpongeBob where like they start arguing in the school hallway, and then the kids gather around and they're like fight, and then they, like it's just them like swinging their arms rapidly in the air.
That's
and
right,
then, like,
mortals. I am in a submarine. Dun, 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 dun,
are you in a U-boat?
No, this is an American submarine.
Ah, okay.
We all live in a U-boat submarine. U-boat submarine. So basically, I just sang "We all live in a submarine."
Yeah, yeah, you did.
There was actually a story that I heard a while back involving a U-boat that I actually kind of found somewhat interesting.
You gotta share on this history stream, or just keep it to yourself?
Sure. So it was okay, because I haven't heard this story in a while, so like I may be getting. In fact, I probably am getting some details horribly wrong. Are you aware of a vessel called the USS Block Island?
No, actually.
So, I think it was. I believe it was a military vessel that was used.
Well, it was USS, so yes.
In World War II, specifically.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee it was, yes.
And what I think, basically, the long and the short of it is that it was a story being told by this guy's grandkid, and it was the ship was sunk, and they had to tread the water for hours before essentially being scooped out of the ocean. And what ended up happening was, several years later, the guy's grandfather was stopped by a couple of men who worked for the FBI, and they were like, "Were you on the SS Block Island?" And he was like, "Yeah." And then they were like, "Were you issued a 9mm pistol, serial number, whatever?" And he was like, yes, I was." And they were like, do you by any chance know where that pistol is? And he's like, as far as I know, it's at the bottom of the ocean. Turns out what actually had happened, according to this guy, was that when they were evacuating the ship, somebody grabbed some weapons, or at least that particular one, and it managed to find its way to the mainland, where it was found at the scene of a mob murder.
Whoa, that's nuts, actually.
Yeah. Again, I'm very much paraphrasing because I haven't heard the exact story in a very long time, but I did happen to remember it the other day, and I'm like, huh, that actually sounds like a very interesting story. But I believe that, the reason I said why it involved U-boats was because I believe, like, what they essentially had to do was, like, the people who were rescuing them, they had to, like, cut the engines to avoid detection from the U-boat's radar, and what ended up happening was, like, there was, like, an explosion, like, below the water, which it was either, like, something, like, in the ammunition, something in the, like, would you still call, like, a ship, like, the magazine, like, where you keep all the ammunition and stuff?
Yeah, the ship's magazine, that's what they call it.
Yeah, so, like, the explosion was either, like, that exploded or something else on the ship caught fire and exploded, and what ended up happening was the U-boat thought that was them being attacked, so they surfaced to assess, like, what was going on, and then they blew the U-boat out of the water the second that it surfaced.
That is what you do.
Yeah. But I don't know, like, I just thought that was a very interesting thing, like, how, like, that one single weapon could have made it...
I'm sorry, hold the phone. I thought you said this was an American submarine.
Yes.
So it's not a U-boat.
No, the USS Block Island was sunk by a U-boat.
Oh, it was sunk by a U-boat, okay.
Yes. Sorry. I'm gonna actually do a bit of Googling on my end just to make sure I'm not, like, USS Block Island. Yes. So, according to Wikipedia, so don't yell at me if this isn't correct, it was a Bogue? Is that how you pronounce that? B-O-G-U-E?
That's how I say it.
It was a Bogue-class escort carrier for the United States Navy during World War II. She was one of the first, she was one of two escort carriers named after Block Island Sound off Rhode Island, and was the only American carrier sunk in the Atlantic during the war. Originally classified AVG-21, she became ACV-21 on the 20th of August, 1942, and CVE-21 on the 15th of July, 1943. And she was named after Block Island, which is an island in Rhode Island off the coast east of New York.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So there you go. my probably one and only contribution I will ever make in terms of actually having like historical things to...
Don't worry, you've made history this day.
Oh my lord.
Shut up, Kane!
But like I found that story very interesting because like it was on like a horror narration channel, and it was like horror stories having to do with the sea, and I guess that technically does count. I mean, you're being forced to tread the water for hours with a, you know, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with a U-boat directly beneath you.
I mean, once you're out of an actual boat, a U-boat really isn't any real concern to you swimming.
Well, yeah, but I feel like the more important part is, you know, being trapped in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, you know, being forced to tread the water for hours, you know, waiting for rescue. Oh God, are we really doing this in
USS Indianapolis intensifies.
Oh my God. Wasn't it true that, like, I don't think it was in the book, but I could be wrong. Hello,
I'm not
Zach.
Sure.
And I ran so far away.
Kane told me what you were trying to do!
I just ran.
I saw what you wrote in the chat! I didn't forget!
I ran all night and day.
What? Am I missing something?
I would have shown up, but I was with my kid.
Yeah, you
Am I-
would have.
Am I missing something here, or is this having to do with what was going on in?
Yeah, we were
chat,
trying to summon him by.
I mean,
saying
I
Sonic
technically
06.
did show up. I just couldn't join the call.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Being a dad.
You say that like it's such a bad thing.
Well, of course. How dare you have responsibilities and a child and things to take care of that don't involve joining a bunch of nerds in a Discord call.
Yes.
How dare you suggest that these other two are nerds?
Okay.
I'll have you know that
I'm
Zach
a geek.
Damn it, Zach. I was gonna say that Zach is just the most muscular jock around.
Is that actually true?
Clearly, you've never seen me.
I don't.
Clearly,
I
yes.
Kane, no. I respectfully, Kane. I've seen what you look like, and no.
No, I'm not asking about if I'm the most muscular, because I'm probably less muscular than all of you.
Okay.
But what am I if not a nerd? I must know.
An idiot.
That's very true and accurate.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Surprise me. Whatever's easier, because I know you're gonna want chicken. And he's probably gonna want chicken. So.
You're just not hungry.
Oh, then beef.
Remember?
Then beef.
Well, I want creamy chicken.
I want beef.
I want creamy.
Then why'd you even ask? Just make whatever.
Don't get an attitude.
I'm just saying, don't ask questions that are irrelevant.
It's kind of fun.
Man, are you guys having beef right now?
You guys having a beef?
Years?
You guys having a beef?
Where's the beef?
Ugh. Kane wants to know if we're having a beef right now.
Beef?
A beef.
Where's
A beef?
Where's the beef?
I mean, it sounds like you guys are in an argument, so you're having a beef.
Kane, shut up.
What'd he say?
He's just trying to make puns. Ignore him.
What'd he say?
I refuse. I
Tell
already
him.
told you what he said. He asked if we're having a beef.
Chill.
Because we're talking about beef. But,
Oh,
you know,
no.
beef like argument. That was the joke. It was a really dumb joke. Why do I have to over-explain this?
Because you're wearing a headset.
Shut up, Kane!
You're essentially having to play telephone operator between Kane's dumb puns and talking to your girlfriend.
Ring, ring.
Huh?
Hello.
You drowning?
Huh?
You drowning?
I am a submarine.
Like a boat.
U-boats are... It's... I gotta sing this.
All submarines are boats, but not all boats are submarines.
That it's true, actually. That's not inaccurate.
All squares are rectangles, but not all squares are rectangles. Wait, what?
Not all rhombuses are square. Never mind.
We're getting some Bill Cipher levels of crazy right now in terms of
That?
conversation.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill,
Hey.
Bill.
Ow.
The Cipher guy.
See,
He's tired.
the last thing that
it is.
the last thing that I remember hearing from about Bill Nye, weirdly enough,
He legit.
He's
The
gonna
last
get their
thing-
account banned.
The thing is, when he's tired, everyone's always a cheater.
I know.
Like, where does that come from?
Because he gets crabby.
Really? Really? And then he kills me 3 times, okay? 3 times. It was rude.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
They can hear you. They don't know what you're talking about.
What?
They can hear you, but they don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm so confused.
So am I. So am I.
How much wood woodchuck wood?
Do you have any kisses left?
No, I ate them all.
They were delicious.
Torpedoes astern.
Kane,
What?
Torpedoes astern.
I know the perfect game for us to play.
Oh?
Torpedoes to starboard.
The perfect game for us to
Hold
play
below the
together
waterline.
is
What would that be, Teddy?
It's the all-time classic. Quake 3.
What would that game be, Teddy?
Quake 3.
Quake 3 is a classic video game.
What is the
It
matter
is-
with you idiots?
It is available on
I'm
Sega
tired.
Dreamcast.
What's the matter with me?
Then why are you still here?
Because I'm trying to like stay up at least. I don't know. Because I figured I could pop in and say hello to my good buddies Josh and Kane, and you know, have a rip roaring time.
You guys talking about playing Quake?
I don't know.
Without me.
I was like, what's like what's like a game that Kane under no circumstances would ever play if I suggested it to him, and I was like, well, Quake 3 is not only a classic arena shooter, but it's also a game that like to this day I know has I don't want to say like a skill ceiling, but like the people who've been playing it have been playing it for decades.
It's like playing the original StarCraft. It's like,
Yeah.
just don't bother. At least online, just don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you try to go online and play against the people who've been playing for like all these years, then you're gonna get
You
your
will be decimated.
you're gonna get your rear end handed to you on a silver platter, pretty much. Trying to find like family friendly ways to say stuff like that.
We could always play the more classic first-person arena shooter, Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
Did that game have a multiplayer mode?
Yes!
Yeah, it did.
Oh my god, how was it?
It was okay. If you
Yeah.
liked it just wasn't really very Metroid-y.
It was, like, wasn't bad. It was fine. It's what Kane said, pretty much.
To be fair, whenever I think of Metroid, I think one of the last things that'll ever come to mind for me is arena multiplayer shooters in the style of something like...
I mean, if you want an actual legitimate multiplayer Metroid game that feels like Metroid Prime at least a little bit, it's
Hunters.
Hunters, yes.
Yeah.
Don't you dare say anything about the other one, Kane.
See, the weird thing
I own
actually.
Metroid Prime Federation.
Federation.
No,
Force.
no. We don't talk about that. It was a bad idea. I don't even know why they thought to attempt it. Like,
Other
they
M.
know what their fans are like.
How about this? Because I do have a funny story. So, when I used to go to a flea market all the time. I don't really go there anymore because we don't live close to it anymore. But there was
Well,
several
learn
people-
to walk.
It was like an hour away from us.
When's your next
now.
driver's test?
I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway,
Not that you own a car or anything.
Anyway, what I was trying to say.
To be fair, that's not really a dig because, like, I wouldn't expect you to own a car if you.
Oh no, I don't own a car.
Like, yes, I own a car. Also, I don't have a license. Wait, like that wouldn't make any sense. I totally that was in no way meant to. That was no way meant to insult you.
No, I get that. But at the flea market, I was like, ooh, I see this thing.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
I see this thing called
I was just
Metroid.
I was a. Oh, you can finish, Kane. Ted.
I was like,
Who are you?
I see this thing called Metroid Prime Hunter's First Hunt, and I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting. I wonder what this game is like. Little did I know that was little did I know that was the demo.
I was gonna say First Hunt. That's not.
That's the demo.
Yeah.
The demo lasted all of about 5 minutes, and I was like,
That's what came with the DS.
yeah. So essentially, I paid like $15 for a demo cartridge, which for
That
collection
was-
purposes.
I was gonna say, to be fair, that might actually be rarer than the real game.
Well, to be fair, like I also like for collection purposes, I'm glad I have it. But like,
I almost
you know,
almost any time I go to a retro gaming store or like the retro gaming expo, I see somebody selling like First Hunt. It's like buying Link's crossbow training.
Yeah.
weirdly enough, actually, I ended up like.
To be fair to Link's crossbow training,
I was
it's
gonna
at least a full game.
I was gonna say crossbow
Yeah.
training is kind of unique though. First Hunt
Yeah.
is literally just the first part of the game.
Yeah, it's just the first mission.
Which is worse, Other M or Federation Force? I mean, it depends on who you ask. I think Other M is more recognizable, given you do play as Samus. But in terms of, like, the game's quality, it could be argued that Federation Force is superior. But I haven't actually played Federation Force, so I can't say that for sure.
Because you're lame.
No, because I really don't spend money on games that I don't have that much of an interest in, and I definitely had no interest in that one.
Because you're lame. I'm kidding.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I realized I was still 22 and could afford to spend all my paychecks on video games that I'm never going to finish.
I literally haven't been able to spend money.
Oh, I
on
know.
anything.
Oh, I know. But you, that's the way you were.
Yeah, I was. And wow.
So don't start with me.
Oh no, I know.
Like, give me that Kane talk now, because I think he has. I think he might. Kane, did you play Federation Force?
I started playing it, yes.
That can mean a few things, knowing you.
I did beat the first couple of levels.
How is it?
I liked it.
More than Other M?
Debatable, mostly because Federation Force has one major flaw.
It does.
It's the same flaw that hurts Triforce Heroes. The game
it's a
the game
co-op experience.
It is primarily a co-op experience, and yes, you can definitely get through the game just fine on your own with single player, but it really is a game that needs to be played with your friends to have a good time.
It's
Now-
kind of like how I played through almost the entirety of the Borderlands DLC
Go-
alone, to the point that I hate Borderlands now, specifically because I had to play it by myself.
Yeah, and I don't think either is really worse by any means. I think that if you are a big fan of single-player Metroid, Other M is probably worse because you can't really ignore Other M's existence. Federation Force is just a spin-off. If you are an absolute ridiculousness amount of a person, then maybe you'll think Federation Force is just bad because it exists, which is not how game quality works.
I can settle this debate with a satisfying answer that will upset nobody.
I can't wait to hear this.
The worst Metroid game of all time is Metroid Pinball.
Shut up, Zach.
Where's the lie?
Pretty sick.
Where's the lie?
It's not a lie. It is a lie because Metroid Pinball is actually kind of a fun pinball game. It's like Pokemon Pinball. Like, why can't Metroid do that? Why does Pokemon get away with it? Pokemon and Mario can do whatever they want, but the second Zelda or Metroid or Sonic or anything else tries anything, it's like, no.
Oh, hey, yeah, so how good is Sonic Spinball?
To be fair,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you just try to throw sass at Spinball? Because Spinball is actually a really good game. It's just hard as nails.
Oh, I didn't specify which version of Spinball.
We don't talk about the Game Gear version. What? If you're playing Spinball, you are going to play the Genesis version.
What if I'm
Or
like,
you are going... then you're gonna have a bad time. That's where it's at. Although, admittedly, you might actually be able to beat the Game Gear version because it is technically easier.
Yeah.
But isn't it due to how, like, absurdly buggy it is?
No, the bugs will actually cause the game to freeze, or you'll get stuck. It's just the level design is a lot more forgiving because the physics are a little wonky, so they just didn't make it nearly as challenging to get through because they knew the game was completely imperfect. Whereas Spinball actually, Spinball's on Genesis actual physics work really well, but they decided to make it hard as nails as a result.
Yeah. And also, also, there's no way I'm going to throw a shade at Spinball. I like Spinball.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mostly did that as an excuse to bring up the fact that Spinball has a Game Gear port.
We're aware.
I stopped talking about this years ago.
So as a finishing remark for this Federation Force Other M thing, there is another big detail that I don't necessarily think people want to admit as to why they're so mad, and it has nothing to do with the game's quality.
Which
Go on.
Federation Force was the first Metroid game in like 6 to 7 years at that point.
Yep.
And if this game had released after Samus Returns, as much as I don't like it, if it had released after Samus Returns, if it had released right after Other M, if it had released any time near the release of an actual Metroid game announced alongside it. Also, let's be real here, guys. Why did you include Blast Ball? You had to ruin the game even more by including Blast Ball.
Blast Ball!
What's Blast
Like-
Ball? I don't know what that is.
Blast Ball was a mini game from Nintendo Land that eventually wound up on the 3DS.
See,
It's the sports game mode of Federation Force, and they pushed it first and foremost, where the demo of Federation Force, I believe, only actually let you play Blast Ball, which was stupid.
Because that's not even the actual game.
Hey Nintendo, you want to know something that might allow people to actually warm up to this game that people are spewing the worst possible thing towards your company for making because you haven't made a real Metroid game? Actually being able to play a stage or two in its proper format with a demo!
You seem really mad about this.
See,
Dang it,
no,
Zach!
all I wanted to do was just make a joke about how Blast Ball was just Blitz Ball, where you blast instead of blitz, and now I feel like
Oh, man, Ted, now you're reminding me. I need to stop going to that website. I should just
What website?
Cracked.com. They wrote an article about 10 and 10-2.
What did they say?
Cracked.
It was it was about the terrible radio play that was that was done as a sequel to 10-2, but Square Enix doesn't even-
10-3.
It was really bad, actually, for multiple reasons. They don't really like to acknowledge it. But
10-3.
but that wasn't the part that annoyed me. What annoyed me is that, well, first of all, hey, I don't think they actually listened to the radio play, because what they said that happens in it isn't what happens in it. That's A. But B, and this is a bigger deal, they went on and on how 10 and 10-2, 10 was actually, is now viewed as a really bad game because Titus is a terrible character. That was pretty much the extent of the article, and then talking about how 10-2 is sexist. It was...
Please.
It was...
Hold on. Wait.
I honestly think people have softened on that game over time.
Out of sheer curiosity, why did they say it was sexist? Because I've literally never heard a single thing about 10-2 being sexist.
I don't recall him saying it was.
No, he's talking
Did
about
you?
the article. He's talking about the
Yes.
article that called the game sexist.
Yeah, so what did they say?
Well, other than the absorbent amount of fan service, I mean, to be fair, that is a big part of that game.
Yeah, I mean, there's Lulu, and you can see Yuna's bra.
I was talking about 10-2, not 10. 10 they did nothing. 10 they just
Oh, yeah,
complained.
you're-
10 they just complained about Titus. They were just like this is bad because of Titus, and they made 10-2 even though nobody liked Titus. And I'm like,
First off, Titus isn't a bad character.
I know. It was crap. Anytime they make any article about it, first of all, anytime they write an article these days, it's usually bad. But anytime they really, really are bad at talking about video games, like, they're horrible. They've obviously done no research. They don't actually play the games they talk about. They just do it because they know it's popular for clicks. It's so trash. Like,
Yeah.
Pretty trashed.
See, the weird thing is, like, I've dealt with, like, sort of something
I
similar
need
to
to
that.
interrupt you for 1 second, Teddy, and just say this. So, obviously, you're probably joking, but, like, watch the cutscene in full instead of the meme. Titus Laugh is a meme made by people who don't actually understand context.
So, I've kind of dealt with my own version of that kind of thing happening, because I still, to this day, I remember the very obvious case of IGN royally messing up with their review of Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition.
No,
I
at least
remember-
IGN generally, like, yeah, they messed up there, but, like, IGN does sometimes get it right.
Listen.
At least I genuinely believe that they sometimes play the games they talk about. Cracked,
Yeah.
They're the same people that say nobody wanted Chocobo racing.
No.
That's
Wow.
like if it's unless it's a big AAA game, apparently nobody wants it according to Cracked.
But like, okay, look, I'd be willing to accept that, but hear me out. I can never, ever hear Ryan and Dunban's names again without thinking of that review and hearing the dude calling them Rain and Duncan, and I'm just like, they say their names out loud at least several
It's Rain
times.
Tame. It's Rain Tame. It's Rain Tame.
Shut up. Oh my god, I am going.
The world runs on Duncan.
I'm gonna kill both of you anyway. Sorry, I'm not being nice, but wow. Anyway, but
I
then
think
the
Crack
other-
made an article about how Xenoblade's sexist. That helped.
Well, wait, they did.
Yeah, no wonder the website is called Cracked. You'd have to be high to read those articles and think they're good.
Or God help you, they write a historical article. Anytime they write a historical article these days, I want to scream because they get everything, every viewpoint they have is it. Okay, I'm gonna say something, and Zach and Teddy are gonna get very confused
Go
because
ahead.
I'm gonna say everything they write is left wing, and to you, maybe that sounds like a good thing, but I don't think you understand. When I say Cracked writes things very left wing, I mean that they unironically said that NASA was only named NASA because it was founded by Nazis.
What?
Yeah, okay,
With complete,
now,
that is the level of left. I mean, the frickin' what are they called? The something Turks.
the Young Turks.
I mean that level of just take InfoWars and make the opposite. That's cracked on history and politics.
Lovely.
See, now I was like, wait, is this the same website? And then you were like, yep. That's the same website.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
I'm familiar with Cracked. They are a comedy website that stopped being funny a long time ago.
Right? I liked them in college. Like, back in the day, they had some great stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of their articles were very funny. They were well written. Some of the videos they made were great. But these days, anytime they talk about popular culture, it's an awful take.
It's pretty cringe.
Pretty cringe takes. Anytime they talk about history, it's usually wrong, which is not good, because that's misinformation, and I can't stand that. And anytime they talk about politics, it's just a stupid level of you've gone too far to the left is really where we're at. Like, you've gone way. Can you say hi to Stalin while you're down there? That's where they're at. You know, like.
You know they made a soda called Stalinade. I'm sorry, that's not relating to anything that's going on right now. You brought him up.
No, it's okay, Ted. I needed that.
It's just like you brought up Stalin, and I'm like, I just remembered that because they actually did. They made a soda called Stalinade.
Cracked is the type of website that would write a bit about the ending to Mega Man 7 and how awful a robot Mega Man is for trying to kill Dr. Wily when none of that was in the original. Like, that was completely just made up by the English localization team and was not in the original game.
Wait, what are we talking about? I'm sorry, I completely missed that.
Okay, so at the end of Mega Man 7,
Right.
if you beat that hard as nails fucking boss,
Zach,
oh my god, you're streaming right now, aren't you?
I am, but whatever, just go.
I'm sorry, I just realized. If you beat that boss, Wily is like, you can't hurt me. Or no, Mega Man is like, I should have done what I did years ago. And Wily's like, you can't hurt me, you're just a robot. And Mega Man is like charging his buster, and he's like, I am more than a robot. Die, Wily. And then Wily's castle starts falling apart before anything happens, and Wily gets away. You know. But the entire line of "I am more than a robot, die Wily" was completely made up by the English localization team.
Right. Okay, so
I was saying Cracked would write something about that, not bothering to look up or know that it was complete. Like, that's not canon at all.
They also wrote an article about how the remake of FF7 is really weird because Aerith doesn't die in it, even though the current.
You don't even get.
They don't even get to that point.
Original game.
They wrote in total seriousness. They seriously questioned this, and I'm like, you've never played FF7, have you? Because you literally only need one playthrough to know why this article is wrong.
Yeah, it's like you only have to have seen the cutscene and like there's no like weird watery area with like bone-white trees everywhere in Midgard.
Or how about this? How about this? You take 2 minutes and look up Aerith on any on the official fan wiki for Final Fantasy VII. I don't care where you look at it.
Yeah.
There is a plethora of information that tells you exactly when her death occurs. You don't even have to play the game to know that. It's
really not difficult.
It's really not difficult. But they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all, because they don't do that. They just say stuff for clicks anymore. On the rare occasion they write an article, because a lot of their stuff are like pictographs, like BuzzFeed, which is funny because they used to make fun of BuzzFeed. And now they're pretty much the same as BuzzFeed, except for the weird thing, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm about to vomit, BuzzFeed gets things right most of the time. At least more than Crack does. Which... Whew.
So yeah, that was like primal, I can't believe I said that I just heard coming out of you.
I know, it was... Oh. Oh.
Pretty bad.
Any of those clickbaity, even I effing love science has gone down that route.
Oh my god, yeah.
It used to be such a cool page, and now all they do is repost articles all day or say stuff they actually, alarmingly, even though they're talking about science, sometimes they'll post something that I know is genuinely wrong. And that's usually usually what happens is like their articles will explain why it's wrong in the body, but the titles suggest otherwise.
Right.
It's one of those things, and it's like, why are you are engaging in misinformation? This is the opposite of what you. Stop it! Why?
Yep.
This is why nobody trusts anybody anymore, because they can't.
Everybody is just driven to clicks and views.
Yep.
The only thing I could say is I try to run my channel with a bit more respect than that. Like, if I do mess something up, I usually, make a follow-up and correct it. I don't...
Yeah.
And I definitely don't clickbait things with obviously wrong titles or something.
Yeah.
Or put boobies in the thumbnails.
That too.
Maybe if you photoshopped boobies onto the trains.
Hey, if I talk about warships, I can just use Azure Lane.
Oh my god. Are we really doing this?
I was talking about Azure Lane earlier. I have it on my phone.
What is oh yeah, that's a waifu game.
It's so all of the waifus in the game are literally types of warships from World War I, World War II.
Oh
era.
Man.
And the game's plot is a retelling of World War II, except all the warships are the girls.
Oh my, what a large bow you have.
I'm sorry. That is.
Though admittedly, it did give me the idea to want to do that with trains. Like, why not? At this point, might as well.
Waifu train game.
That's right.
Enjoy your waifus while they last.
Really brings shipping to a new level.
Okay, Kane, I'll give you that one.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good.
Kane, I'm gonna need to give you a very stern lecture.
No, we're giving him this.
No, he
it
gets
has
a
been
pass.
Decided. You are being vetoed right now.
Do you not get that I just made a pun?
The vote. He got us, Zach.
I got it.
Thank you. Wow, I was like, I honestly was like, Josh, how did you not get the fact that I was just making a boat pun?
Hey Teddy, you don't have to be so stern.
That's okay. No. See, it doesn't count. It doesn't count when I already made the joke and you guys didn't catch it. All right, don't you try to play that with me.
I mean, I already told you to take a bow.
So if we're gonna, I'm gonna have to suggest we steer this conversation starboard away from here, because you guys are starting to fight over stupid stuff. But anyway, but you're right. I don't do that.
Would anybody like a glass of port?
Dang it. You just had to add the other direction somehow, didn't you? That's fair.
I'm gonna. You know.
So anyway, but yeah, like I try not like part of the reason I'm doing what I'm doing actually is because I was getting so angry at even other people on YouTube posting stuff and saying stuff, and I'm like, you could do 10 seconds of Googling to figure out why that's wrong.
Yeah, but apparently you get a bunch of stuff wrong, and also your voice is annoying.
If I do get something wrong, I will be the first to tell somebody. A. B.
And,
can't do anything about the voice. They can bite me. How about that?
I can't stand your accent, man.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I was like, nice try. He's like, nice try with the accent. I'm like, what accent? This is how I talk.
I was like literally, like, I don't.
Oh, I didn't see that until just now.
Did my West Virginia did my West Virginia tones leak out? Is that what happened? I wasn't keeping track. It might have.
Country roads take me home. Yeah. Now this is one of those instances where I'm just like, what on earth are they even talking about? Also, that ship is on fire.
Yeah,
never mind. Now it is exploding.
Now it exploded. I agree. Yeah, but honestly, the amount of hate comments I've gotten has actually been very encouraging because for a while there I wasn't getting any, and it told me that nobody new was looking at my videos.
Yeah.
But now it's picked up quite a bit again, so I know things are changing. Plus, my analytics are showing me straight up that like people are watching my stuff again, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, see, the weird part is, like, I keep getting hate comments on the exact same video, and weirdly enough, it's not the one you think it is.
Which one is it?
It's my review of Dead Rising 2 and Off the Record.
Well, to be fair, a lot of people do like Dead Rising 2.
Yes, and I said I didn't like it, and
and you're not you're not allowed to say that, Ted.
But I did say I liked Off the Record. But
if you yeah.
You can't list the DLC if you didn't like the base game.
Oh my god, I played through the entirety of the base game. I even went back and redid, like, to get to the true final boss when I realized I messed something up and didn't get into overtime mode. I don't hate Dead Rising 2 as much as I used to, but I still don't love it.
I still do.
Fine.
If anything, I hate it more.
Well, yeah, because you are, like, a massive fanatic for the first game, and I'm like...
It was a good, pure, legitimate experience, and they ruined it. And I will stand by that.
I know.
Meanwhile, like... Meanwhile, in my case, like, the main reason I didn't like it was because, like, it just... I played a game that did its concepts, but better first, and that was my main problem, was I went backwards. I started, thou shalt not speak ill of Dead Rising 2. I don't think the game is bad, it's just not a game for me. I'm sorry. I'm not, like, I don't mean to, like, ruin anybody's fun. It's not like I think it's a terrible game, it's just at the time I really didn't like it. And
what if thou shalt speak with negative words about the Dead Rising franchise?
I mean, to be
I wouldn't
fair...
actually do that, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, if you want to just escort yourself out of the call, I mean...
See, the
I
problem
don't know how
is...
that conversation's gonna go.
But see, the main problem is that I feel like the Dead Rising fan base has this really weird habit of only really liking 2 games in the entire series.
The first and second?
The Saints Row series,
Yeah.
The Saints Row series can relate.
It's true, though.
Because there are a lot of people who do like Dead Rising 3, but then, like, as soon as the 4th game came out, it's like, oh yeah, no, we never liked Dead Rising 3.
The only person I've ever met that enjoyed the 4th game was you.
Yes.
I mean, and that's okay. Like, I don't have a problem with you liking it. I didn't play it. So I wouldn't know. Either way, you're allowed to enjoy it. Contrary to popular belief, but...
Oh yeah, no, it's just like...
But when that game came out, I saw nothing except for you, but negativity and anger and about it. So,
Yeah, no, and I totally agree. I get where it comes from. I really do.
Ultimately, guys, let's just agree. Just what you like. Who cares what other people think? Like, if someone doesn't like a game, you like
the
it,
internet
whatever.
cares.
Fuck the internet.
And
Sorry.
Okay!
I apologized already. I'm sorry. That was my bad. Like, just who cares? Like, just let people enjoy the games they like. Everyone, come on.
You can't. We don't play games to enjoy them. We play games
to hate them.
No, you play
Actually,
games-
to be fair, with modern gamers, it does seem that way.
Well,
Like, I see more negativity for things that, in general, like, regardless of what the game is, there's always that one dude who has to show up in in any comment section and be like, actually, this game it sucks and it's overrated, and you guys suck for liking it. And it's like, why are you here?
Well,
Did you have any? You had nothing better to do today than to sit there and write that. That was really important to you, was it?
Was
Yeah,
that?
because Sonic Adventure 2, Ocarina of Time, Tales of Vesperia, Half-Life 2, terrible games.
So,
Don't even get me started on Teddy. What's your favorite game?
I'm not saying.
Wind Waker.
Don't even get me started on Wind Waker. Ugh, cell shaded graphics, so garbage.
Anyway.
And that Resident Evil 4 game, ew.
I'm trying.
Also Yakuza, because it's not GTA.
Anyway, Christian, to answer your question that I've been trying to answer for the past 2 minutes, but I keep getting interrupted. I don't know. That was a video that somebody made. I didn't watch the whole thing because it was like 45 minutes of a dude complaining about the game, and I was just like, I have better things to do with my time than to watch.
Interruption!
So what he's asking is, was Dead Rising 4 really made in just 1 year? And I think the reason he's asking that is because there was a really popular video that came out a few months, I believe, after Dead Rising 4 was released that was called "This Shows That Dead Rising 4 Was Made in Just 1 Year" or something like that. And I'm just like,
So that's a clickbait title if ever there was one.
yeah, and I kid you not, like literally the very first second in the video starts with him complaining about the game, and I was just like, I don't want to listen to 45 minutes or whatever of this man complaining about a game that I happen to enjoy. Because why would I do that? Why would I waste my time doing that?
That's fair.
Good games can be made in a year. Majora's Mask was made in under a year.
I think the same. Yeah, like I guess the difference.
Yeah,
is
but
that-
it's not as good as Ocarina of Time.
Oh my god, no! I'm not. I don't want this entire like chat to just suddenly start being.
You know
giant.
what else sucks? Klonoa.
Oh.
Because I don't know what a Klonoa is.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I don't want this.
terrible.
I was about to say I don't want this entire like chat just to start filling up with a bunch of people, like arguing over whether or not Majora's Mask or Ocarina of Time are better.
I mean, we're not gonna do that because both games are great.
Chrono Trigger sucks because they made Chrono Cross.
Yeah.
See,
Whoa.
okay, you know, here's my.
Chrono Cross is better because it has the word cross in it.
And that's what the X button on the PlayStation controller really is. And I'm the smartest one of all.
And I had something really mean to say about a game Teddy likes. And
Just say it. I don't care.
are you sure?
Just say it.
Do it.
I was gonna say you only like Xenoblade because it's MMO combat in a single-player game, and you prefer that because you don't have friends.
Wow!
Woo!
No, see,
Wow!
I could say something that would spark up an even bigger argument, especially amongst.
Well,
the
after
rest-
that remark, I think you have the full rights to say that.
Yeah, now
Well,
you have to.
What I was going to say is that the few times I've tried to play MMOs with my friends, we've all abandoned them.
Well, I didn't, but I got way over leveled compared to the rest of you.
Yeah, and then what happened with Guild Wars 2? Literally nobody ever offered to come and like just do and nobody offered to come and do like starting area quests with me whenever I was on, so I just quit because nobody would play with
But
me.
I like Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, and I did too. I
Also,
wanted people to play it with.
I don't see this as a. That's not really funny. More depressing.
Yeah.
'Cause
so-
I think Zach was just kind of joking.
No, I know. I know he was joking. It's just like...
So basically, you took a haha and made it a. Why did you do that?
Well, you did say I had the full floor, so...
We
hey.
thought you were. We thought you were gonna carry on with us sarcastically making fun of toxic people on the internet. Instead, you turned it into, actually, I am legitimately angry at you guys for doing and it's like, what is happening?
Okay. Anyway,
This is missing the target. You hit the ceiling of the range.
Well, anyway, back to go complaining about this game reviewer on YouTube who keeps comparing everything to System Shock 2.
Are you still?
Everything.
That's
everything can be compared to System Shock 2. It's one of the best games ever made.
That's okay. First of all, I don't compare everything to System Shock 2. I compare everything to System Shock 1. Get it right. Second of all, Dead Space was a lot like System Shock. I wasn't wrong. And if anything, that's a good thing. So...
No, I had to bring that up because, oh lord, that was funny. That was funny to me. Weirdly enough, actually, I have been one of those people who tends to compare Dead Space to Resident Evil 4, and I'm not exactly sure if that's, like, fair of me to do so.
That's just the basics thing. That's just
well,
this is an over-the-shoulder horror game, and therefore it's Resident Evil 4.
Well, it's an over-the-shoulder third-person shooter that deals with zombie-like creatures.
They have the exact same control scheme.
Well, no, because the thing is that one of the main reasons why I always said that I prefer
No, because Dead
playing-
Space uses the right stick, and the original RE4 didn't.
Yeah,
Control scheme-
Kane, can I finish what I was going to say before?
No, I'm gonna correct this. Control scheme is the wrong word, but I think you get my gist.
Yes. Anyway, what I was going to say was that every single time I tried playing Resident Evil 4, I'm just like, I would rather be playing Dead Space.
Well,
Because
when I was playing Dead Space, I would rather be playing System Shock. So there.
Well, I've never played System Shock.
You still haven't played System Shock?
No.
Teddy, if you play System Shock, you will wish you were playing literally any other game.
Wow!
Wow. Okay.
Do not sass that classic masterpiece System Shock. Okay.
I don't think Zach is sassing System Shock. I think he's sassing.
No. You know what? I will sass original System Shock. That game is more of an interface than a game.
See, what I was actually going to say was that...
Okay, to say that the way you play the game hasn't aged well would probably be a fair statement.
Well, what I was actually going to say was that I know Night Dive Studios did, like, an HD remaster of the original System Shock and basically just, made it run better on modern hardware.
I'm still waiting for my System Shock remake, which they actually started producing updates for again, so I might actually get it one day.
Yeah,
hopefully it won't simply be better than nothing.
Well, what I was... no, it's gonna make you cry like an anime fan on prom night, right, Kane?
Hey, I laughed at that. like everyone got so offended, and I'm like, okay, to be fair, that was really funny.
Anyway, but what I was going to say was that I was interested because they also said they were porting it to Xbox, and I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Because I don't think Night Dive has ported any of their other games to consoles other than the Turok remasters.
I appreciate that Zach gave System Shock a try, though. Thank you, Zach.
Oh yeah.
You didn't like it?
See, my other issue.
You can say that you didn't like it. It's okay. I won't get mad.
This is my other main issue.
I am also looking forward to the remake.
And see,
I will just say that.
That's fair.
If I may also say something else, it's just like
I know I'm probably not going to like it because, look, Bioshock is one of my favorite games of all time. And I know for a fact that going backwards has always been a problem for me.
They have basically nothing in common, to be honest.
They really don't.
I know.
I don't even think of them as the same thing because they don't. They're just not. Like even from.
I was actually really interested to learn earlier this year that System Shock 2 literally shares us like the engine with Thief.
Which one?
The original.
Oh, Thief Gold? Really?
Thief Gold and System Shock 2 are like their DNA is so similar that enemies have similar like animations to them.
Hold on, I need to get in the mode here. Hey, the torch went out. There you go. Sorry,
Yeah, we don't get that in System Shock 2. All we get is.
Bioshock is System Shock in the same way that Mighty Number 9 is Mega Man.
Yeah, that's right.
I follow you, and again, it's mostly just because all throughout my life I've heard, oh, it's a touted spiritual successor, and I'm just like,
yeah, that's what they say.
You know.
I can't play either System Shock game because I just can't really deal with survival kind of elements, or at least things that are kind of similar to that.
Those games do not care about you.
Yeah.
At all.
And even more so, it's also just the idea that, like, people praise System Shocks 1 and 2 so much, and rightfully so in a lot of ways. But, like, people look at me and tell me that some of the games that I play have aged poorly, and I'm like, you guys realize that System Shock 1 is... You guys have seen that interface, right?
Weirdly, I think System Shock 1 has aged better than 2, if you can believe that.
Like, you people realize that Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 don't play very well anymore. Icewind Dale either. None of those games... Y'all are getting on my case for liking Phantasy Star Online 1, but, like, I feel like that one of these games plays a lot better than the other.
Because, like, at least with System Shock 1, I fully expect it to be what it is. Like, a bit more complicated Doom. But System Shock 2, you look at it and you would think, your brain wants it to play like a modern FPS to a certain extent, and it absolutely does not. And that really throws me off badly when I first started playing it. It's harder to get used to. Whereas with the original System Shock, I can tell already from the get-go that it's very different. And to be honest, I preferred the level of customization you had with the interface in 1, because 2 streamlined a lot of things, which some people might prefer, but then I'm breaking my weapons every 12 seconds, so I'm not sure why it matters.
Half of the stuff on... Like, you can change the interface to the first game, and half of the stuff on your screen at the beginning of the game is useless.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the default settings either. You basically... You pretty much have to change it all because, like, none of it can be used at that point.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, so weapons breaking every 12 seconds, so... Obligatory joke about how Breath of the Wild... It stole it from Breath of the Wild, even though it came out before it. I am so tired of hearing that. I'm sorry.
I don't think anyone would accuse System Shock of stealing that Breath of the Wild. You'd have to be like the next level.
No, I know that. Like that's not the thing though. Is like I mainly mean like in the case of like it's more so like the joke about like, oh hey, everything stole this from Breath of the Wild, even if it didn't.
Are you hungry or are you okay?
I mean, I would hope that they didn't take... I would hope that nobody took anything in terms of the breaking weapons from System Shock 2, because it really is a constant hindrance, and it just doesn't make me enjoy it at all.
I feel like that game just needs like a 2.0 overhaul to make it playable.
Like, there are so many mods for that game. I'm sure there's something that will fix that problem if I really wanted it.
Yeah, but also like a universal kind of mod.
It's also strange now that I think about it, because, like, looking back on, like, Bioshock, there weren't really too many survival elements in that game.
Yeah, because it was more of a regular shooter instead of System Shock. Like, it's a spiritual successor to System Shock in name only. It's a very different game.
Yeah.
And it
Although,
really should not have been considered the spiritual successor to System Shock.
I feel like, if anything, from what I've heard from the internet lately, that recent Prey game is actually way more of a System Shock spiritual successor than Bioshock is.
I mean, I love System Shock too, but I admit that the weapons is a total just no.
I've always been curious about the new Prey game, but like, I just
It
don't
is.
like I can play it.
It's very hard. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
It definitely has, like, a lot more.
I like the first one.
It is. It has nothing to do with the original Prey.
Yeah.
It is. It is far
So-
more like System Shock inspired.
So sadly, you don't get an intro of an alien invasion taking place at a Native American reservation while "Don't Fear the Reaper" by Blue Oyster Cult plays in the background.
No.
Darn.
But the intro to the new Prey is awesome.
Oh, it is.
Like the intro segment is great. It's just I got to a point in the game where I'm like, I'm not having fun with this.
That is kind of like, I think the downside is that, like, comparing Prey 2006 to Prey 2017 is like, it's like they only share a name,
I knew
and the fact that
going
it's
in, to be fair,
yeah.
though.
Huh,
Well, yeah,
that's how I felt about the Turok reboot.
Well, that's the thing, though, is, like, it shares only a name and, like, nothing else. They're two completely different types of games.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Like, I knew that going in.
No, I'm just,
But the new rebooted direction looked interesting gameplay wise to me to a certain extent. But
When you do that to a property that people don't know super well, or it isn't super fondly remembered, people are like, okay, it's iteration. But when you do it to a beloved thing, people are like, no, we don't like change.
and
Yeah.
it's straight.
to be fair, I do generally consider this the same kind of situation as Zelda 1 and 2. Zelda 2 on its own is not a bad game. Nintendo was still finding their identity with the Zelda games. Like, the only reason people hate on Zelda 2 nowadays is because we have A Link to the Past. We have Ocarina, Majora, and all the other 2D Zelda games that have like withstood everything, and Zelda 2 is the only outlier. That doesn't mean it's a bad game or like offensive to the Zelda timeline. It was one spin-off, or not spin-off. It was one experiment.
Yeah, and the problem with Prey 2017 is that they had already announced a sequel that had ended up getting canceled, and then what we got wasn't anything like the original game, and that is why people were
completely
annoyed.
changed it.
Yeah,
That's
but they didn't
fine.
call it. But they didn't call it Prey 2. They called it Prey.
Yeah, so
Which-
it's a reboot. That's fine.
Which, honestly, if anything, I feel like that was the game's biggest fault, was calling itself Prey.
Well, I think they were trying to take a note out of Bethesda's book when it comes to Doom,
Well, but the problem is that Doom,
because they were originally going to make Doom 4, they scrapped it, and instead made Doom
2016.
2016
Yeah.
exactly.
But I guess, like, the difference between that is that, like, Doom 2016 still has, like, gameplay elements
Nobody
that are
likes
very
Prey.
that are very reminiscent of the original Doom games. Like, taking
I don't know,
stuff from,
man.
you know.
I understand where you're coming from, but also, like, whenever I played 2016, I was like, everyone's like, it's just like the original. No, it's not.
No, the game doesn't play anything like the original, but I think what it does do is capture the spirit.
Oh yes, definitely. I would absolutely say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But then in the case of Prey, it's like the first game is very much an old school, you know, first person shooter, whereas Prey
Also, nobody
2017.
liked it.
Well, yeah, but that's not the point. If you let me finish, the point that I was
He
trying to
liked
make is
it, but not because it's Prey.
Anyway, If I could stop getting interrupted for 2 seconds, please.
Now you know what Kane feels like.
The original Prey was an old school first person shooter. It was basically like a swan song for that kind of era of shooter. Prey 2017 was very much an immersive sim, and it's not at all like the original game. So there you go. That's literally all I wanted to say.
Yeah. My thing with Prey, the reboot, is getting upset about it changing from Prey 2 to the current Prey. I just think it's kind of silly because, like, no one liked Prey. I was one of the few people who honestly, weirdly, ironically, loved it.
I really liked it too.
I did not was not aware of it until like a year or two ago.
I wasn't aware of it until I think it was like a year or two before Prey 2017 came out, or was announced.
Now you know how I feel when I talk to people about Outlaws.
Yep.
It's Outlaws. Or wait, Outlaws?
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
Outlaws.
My fucking
Wait.
Exactly my fudging point.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, I'm sorry. I know what you mean by Outlaws. No, I know what he means by Outlaws.
I don't think you do.
No, okay, no. You want to know what threw me off? Is that for half a second, my brain thought Outlaws was Lawbreakers, and I'm like,
oh, okay, you know what? Fair.
No. And here's the thing: Outlaws is actually a really good game and is very competently made and is a very good old school first person shooter that was made by LucasArts out of all people, and it's
I am aware.
Oh no, I'm just saying for the record, because in case anybody doesn't know what it is, because it's not very well known nowadays.
I mean, they can Google it.
Yeah, but either way, like,
oh
no,
my
that's
goodness,
great.
Christian's in the chat says he wants to see a sequel to Devil May Cry reboot. I thought
you can't say that on the internet.
I thought we were the only ones.
Gun him.
I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't hate.
I would like to see a sequel.
I wouldn't hate seeing a sequel to it either. I mean, like.
Yeah, but the internet would.
Yeah, well, the
Didn't
internet.
lay the groundwork for Devil May Cry 5.
I would certainly not be interested.
See, here's the thing: is that like, if you would ask me before DMC5 came out, I would have been like, well, I would totally be interested in it because I didn't know that they were thinking about going back and doing more stuff with the original DMC.
You know what I'd rather see?
But
I'd rather see they give Virgil back his fedora.
But now that DMC5 is out, I'm just like, I would love to see more of this, please. Anyway,
We just remake 1 through 3.
like in the style of 5.
Yes.
1 and 2 definitely. 3 might only need some touching up.
1 and 3.
2, honestly, 2 would need a complete revamp, but I would like to see it. Because I don't think the story itself was that terrible.
Oh, come on, Josh!
Yeah.
Don't you enjoy spamming the shoot button while you aim at something above you that you can't see for 20 minutes?
Can I add this other thing
Fair
too?
true.
Mostly, the big question I have is the story in Devil May Cry 2 consequential enough to like be a part of the rest of the series?
Well, only because. Okay, no, but that's not the point. You're the one who wants you're the one who brought this up. It's your words, okay?
And I'm saying that if they were to do anything like this, okay, between a sequel to one of the most hated reboots in gaming and remaking the 2 games in the Devil May Cry series that people love, remake 1 and 3.
I mean, 1 and 3...
4 and 5.
Of course, Christian has to be the one to be like, I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
They have to leave that line alone.
Why?
I mean, hey, when they remade the first Resident Evil, they somehow still managed to like fit in a reference to the Jill sandwich line.
So,
Jill sandwich.
also, like, I feel like it's at some point, like, didn't they also like make another reference to like the Master of Unlocking?
Yes, there was an achievement.
I know. It's weird because like I almost thought that was a store in Dead Rising because I know that there's a store
It
in the first
is.
Dead Rising that was called Jill's Sandwiches.
And it's a reference.
But I thought there was like another store somewhere else in the Dead Rising series that was like Master of Unlocking, like Locksmith or something.
Yeah,
like that.
because they're probably references to older games. Like, I'm a little confused as to what you're trying to say.
Well, I'm trying to. It's
Yeah, I
funny
also
thinking out
thought that you
loud.
could get the Mega Buster in the first game, but I'm not sure.
You,
You
well,
get
you
it.
can.
You get decked out in
I'll
a
be
full
right back.
Right,
And also,
one.
to be fair, like Dead Rising, like especially like at the time that the fourth game came out, was basically Capcom's excuse to shove in references to basically every single franchise that they.
And
had.
also, I thought there might be a serve bot head somewhere in the game.
There is.
You
What
were
I'm saying-
completely missing the joke.
No, I know what your joke is. What I was going to say was that I know that there's a reference to Jill's Sandwich, but I didn't know if there was like a Master of Unlocking store.
Gotcha. So basically, what you're saying is, I knew there was one reference, but I didn't see others.
Well, I don't remember if there was another. Yeah, but yes, that is what I was getting at.
Gotcha. That makes way more sense than the entire conversation up until that point.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
God, that was.
Just gotta work on being a bit more concise.
Yeah. I still need to do a zombie genocider playthrough of that game now that I think about it, because I still don't have the real Mega Buster. But then again, that's basically...
That was probably about the only reason I wanted to play Dead Rising 1, and then I realized, oh, right, there's no point to me playing Dead Rising 1 then.
Well, because here's the fun part about that, is that the only way you can unlock that is through an achievement. Because at the beginning of the game, the dude who's flying you into Willamette says the town has a population of 53,900, or 53,594 people, I think. Something like that. And in order to get the zombie genocider achievement, you have to kill that number of zombies. And then that's how you unlock the Mega Buster permanently. The only thing you have to do is just get an ending to the game.
Ted, did you ever get that achievement?
No.
Okay. Maybe you can still answer my question anyway, because I always wonder this. So let's say you got that achievement, right?
Yeah.
Do zombies still show up in the mall?
Yes, they still do.
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I know.
I agree with Josh on that, but I also think it is a pretty fun way to do an achievement.
Yeah. And then they, like I think...
Josh is absolutely correct.
Oh, no,
That
I
is true,
totally get that.
But it's a fun extra.
Clearly,
like,
Willamette's census has been off for years.
Oh, Lord, do we really have to go over this?
I mean, this is... Ted, the whole point was to kill the entire population of zombies, which is the entire town.
53,594, yep.
That's right. And yet, if you do this, there are still zombies. Therefore, the census is off.
Yeah.
Very true.
Either that or there's just more people in the town that didn't live there.
There couldn't have been that many visitors, Ted.
I mean, who knows?
How many people? How many people vacation to Willamette? How many?
It's a mountain town. I don't know. I mean, but even still, like I totally am saying that, knowing that the very next thing that he says is about the only thing to do in the town is kill time at the shopping mall, which is why there are so many people there in particular.
Well, I figured over time the zombies would be drawn to the mall because that's where the living flesh is.
Well, no, because there's living people still all over the town. It just happens to be that, like,
there weren't. Like, they were only there when Frank showed up. Honestly, after the 3 days, I'm pretty sure most of the town was dead.
No, I'm not saying that they
Or
are.
infected.
I'm not saying that they are. But like, you do remember like the beginning, like when he's flying over the town.
Well, yes, there were. You did see a few survivors still, and obviously,
Yeah.
there are survivors you pick up in the mall.
Yeah.
Which
And then
means,
there's, like-
which is already off because if you're killing the entire population of the town, then how are there survivors? Explain that one, Ted. You can't, can you? These are the real questions I'm asking.
I don't know, I'm not.
Dead Rising 1 is a terrible game.
To be fair, I think it's no. I'm not
Don't you
getting into
dare speak another word. That's a great game, and you know it. It introduced a series you love. I understand that you played 4 first.
I played 3 first.
You played 3 first. Well, still, you played the later sequels first. It wasn't the same. For me, at the time, like, it was the first game I played on 360 that really showed me what that generation could be capable of.
And I'm
because
not, like,
because the notion of everything as a weapon, the scale of the amount of enemies there were, like, it was... I don't even like zombies that much, but that game took itself in such a great direction with the concept. Like, it really set the stage for for that genre, which is annoying because I feel like a lot of games don't actually copy that setup. They just do, like, you know, COD zombies.
Yeah, like, and again, like, I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it hasn't aged well at all.
I mean, it possibly in some ways, I'll give you that, but for me, it never got any better than that first game.
Also, I swear to God, I don't know how you make a game where the human AI is dumber than the zombie AI. They managed to do that somehow.
I concede that the one thing I give Dead Rising 2 over the first game is, boy, howdy, did they make the survivor AI so much better.
Yep.
Because you're right, the AI in Dead Rising was, I'm just like, do you guys want to die? That's kind of where I was at with it.
I was like they would literally stop and just cry, and I'm like, dude, I have a gun, I have multiple weapons on me, I have food to heal you. Please just let me carry you back to the safe house so I can get back in time for the next mission. I think it also just more so annoys me at the aspect of,
Did you consider the notion that the zombie you just mauled with a chainsaw might have been, you know, their neighbor?
I mean, partially. I mean, like, there's a lot of, like, characters who have, like, storylines that are, like, the zombies, like, you know, ate... Like there's that woman in the jewelry store who was, like, literally had her baby eaten by them.
I know.
And then...
Things got real and dark, and that's the other reason why I like the first games. It took itself somewhat seriously. The other games don't really do that.
Not really. I mean, like, 3, I feel, tried to take itself seriously, but even in regards to 3, like, when you have...
also like Saints Row.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, but here's the thing, like, when one of your side quests in the game involves me being forced to escort a bunch of quote-unquote hot male zombies into a room with a video camera so a dude can, you know...
I was unaware of that side quest, and wow,
Yeah, now, that's kind of where I was like, yeah, this is kind of stupid.
Hey, lady, maybe you shouldn't eat so much.
Are you calling me?
Oh, no. God.
I will admit, though, that I did like how each of the boss fights in that game, each of the psychos, was based off of one of the 7 deadly sins. I like that.
I mean, I get that, but yo.
But the first game had the best boss fights, I will say that. At least in terms of, like, the basic concept of, like, how they were in the situation that they were in.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Everyone used to laugh at me.
I was a walking punchline.
But not anymore.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
There's something I really want to see at some point in time, but I have no idea because I don't think I can really play it, and I don't know if. I mean, I don't think Teddy would own it.
What? Try me.
I guess I don't know if either of you would own it.
Well, just say what it is.
I want to see one of you guys play the Nintendo Wii Dead Rising.
I actually have it behind me on my shelf.
You have it?
Yes, I do.
I have.
What did you think of it, Ted?
I haven't played it yet. I was saving it for like a stream or something. But I've seen. But I've seen gameplay of it, and boy, howdy, does it look like an experience.
Gameplay of what?
I've heard back in the time when I was playing Dead Rising, most of my friends that I was hanging out with didn't actually have a 360. Some of them had Wii's though, like Emmer. So Emmer's first Dead Rising game was the Wii game. And, well, hold on. Like at the time, it reviewed really well, and the issue seems to be that if you go into that game and you haven't played Dead Rising already, like you don't own a 360, which is what was the case with Emmer, it's totally fine. It's an alright experience, but it's not as good as the 360 version.
Yeah.
And the main reason is because there's like a fraction of the zombies on screen because it's the Wii.
Yeah. They had to dumb it down because of the console, but if you have as a Wii game standing on its own, because it is often its own little world. They coded it in the RE4 engine.
Yes, they did.
So as a standalone thing, like that doesn't compare with the regular series. It's totally fine. It's a fun game. It works, for what it is. But it's not, obvious. Like, is it as good as the other Dead Rising games? I mean, it's probably better than 3 or 2 or 4. But
See, I take offense to that because 3's my favorite.
Well,
so...
yeah, I know. I was just messing around.
I call it dead wheezing.
But on its own, as a Wii port, because a lot of games that got ported to the Wii most of them, in fact, were completely different from the 360 PS3 versions.
Need to bring up Sonic Unleashed.
Exactly, and sometimes it didn't go so well. Although, admittedly, I heard Sonic Unleashed, Unleashed Sonic Unleashed, Wii Sonic Unleashed. Actually, some people actually liked it better. Go figure. But the point is, back then there was a significant difference between if a game went multi-platform and actually made a Wii version, we all knew it was gonna be completely different from the other two, because it had to be. The Wii was not on the same level from a performance perspective.
I mean, the Wii could handle Xenoblade Chronicles, so why couldn't it handle Dead Rising?
Oh my god. Kane, look, Xenoblade is in my top 3 favorite games. Shut up, man. Shut up, man.
Is Zach still there?
I don't know.
Give me a couple minutes!
Okay.
I was just checking to make sure you were alright, fam!
I'm alive!
Alright!
Stuff.
Anyway, also from what I know, they added in zombie animals, which is interesting when you think about it, because the only time that you ever saw an animal in that game, aside from in the first game anyway, was literally just at the beginning, where there's Madonna the dog, who is basically the reason that the zombies ended up in the mall.
I don't think. Well, I think that was a reference to the fact that it might have been a reference to the fact that the zombies don't attack animals in like the remake to Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Because
I was pretty sure Madonna wasn't infected. She didn't look infected.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah.
She was just on the ground, and then the old lady was like, "Oh, I'm gonna open up this door."
Yeah, because she's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, but also it's open up the door for that issue, because the whole reason the wasps were bred or altered to create zombies was to create zombie cattle.
Yeah.
So we know they can at least infect bovines. Why not other animals? It's never been addressed in Dead Rising, as far as I know, beyond the Wii version. Whereas Resident Evil addresses that all the time. Plenty of animals get infected in Resident Evil, but not Dead Rising, which is interesting.
I mean, heck, I'd argue in Resident Evil's case, more enemies in the game are based off of animals than they are based off of humans.
That's debatable, but they're
enemy types. Enemy types.
No, that's still debatable.
Really?
They even the ones that don't necessarily look human were human once.
Fair point.
Either way, it doesn't matter. The point is, I think the reason the first Dead Rising didn't address it, at least the 360 version didn't, is because the whole focus was to get as many people zombies on the screen at the time.
Yeah, and to its credit, it did do that.
It did do that, and so the notion of adding more than that, they didn't have to. Like, it was already, something that was cool enough. They didn't have to worry about adding more enemy types, and even then, they did technically add more enemy types because of the cultists.
God, don't remind me of them. That
I hate that. It's okay, man. I hate the cultists. They're such a pain in the butt.
Oh yeah, let me spray you with chloroform and then take away all your weapons and books and stuff and all your clothes too. So fun. So absolutely fun. That is, like, they are, like, the main reason why I cannot stand that game half the time, is because they're there for, like, a gigantic chunk of the game until you can go fight their leader, and then they just decide to go, like, leave. And then
he's one of the only psychopaths I intentionally try to find, because for one thing, you get 4 survivors for beating him. But for following that, I just don't want to see the cultists anymore. I'm just like, can I fight their leader yet? Oh, thank God. Because I cannot deal with these idiots.
Yeah, and then...
Also, first of all, the dude in World of Warships being super toxic.
My God, wow.
Effing BS hack report, die for real. Wow.
Jeez.
And hi, Addie.
Hello.
I was trying in vain to say hello, but we were busy talking about zombies.
Yeah, I've noticed. It's all good.
I mean, the only other psychopaths I always intentionally defeat are Adam because of the shortcut, and then those dudes outside in the Humvee.
Oh, that was the other thing. I honestly thought Dead Rising soundtrack was far superior than anything that came after it.
Well, to be fair, the reason it was really good was because they got, like, a lot of licensed music.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, heck, like, what was the Steven, the dude in the grocery store, where, like,
what about Kill Bill tap to the max, get high all night.
Back rhymes like ammo, never run out. You wanna call me Rambo?
I'm gonna go to that ceremony, get it's saltine, saltine. Yeah, that was a great song. I have it on my Spotify.
but that's the thing, though, is, like, if you look at, like...
Plus, it had Justified.
Alright, I'm back.
Justified was such a good song.
Yeah.
Sorry to worry you. Also, hi, Addie.
Howdy.
Like, real talk, when I beat the game,
Yeehaw.
and I heard Justified, I just wanted to play the game again. Like, I was having, like, that, like, it was such a... The first Dead Rising, that game was such an experience back then. You weren't there for it, Ted, I get that. So, it's fine. Your first experience with 3. 3 is a fine game. Like, 3 is overhated. It is an okay game. It's not the first game for me, of course not, but I like it better than 2.
I feel like, for me, like, we basically had the same experience, just with opposite games, because I played it when I first got an Xbox One, and you played the first game when you first got a 360, so... In a weird way, we just kind of had the same experience with the same franchise, just different games and different consoles.
I guess.
I don't know.
Anyway, anybody want to change our topic, because we've been on zombies for the last 15 minutes, and I'm playing World of Warships on stream, so you know.
So, the new Resident Evil show.
Guardian Syndra just got the model and skin spotlights. Here you go.
Thank you for that, because you might get me to play League again just because of that.
Oh,
that's how they get me.
No.
As soon as they release more Syndra content, I'm like, here we go again.
Oh, by the way, we're on stream, Addie, so don't curse.
Don't do it.
Oh,
don't
you warned her. You warned her.
We learned from you.
Well, why can't I curse?
Because I'm streaming on YouTube.
Does YouTube care about cursing?
My channel does, because I'm streaming to History in the Dark, and I keep things PG there generally.
Oh.
So that's why.
Is
that Is this gonna... I'm sorry, is this going to be a major issue?
I'm going to do my best. I am a big fan of the curses.
Yeah, see, I have the same problem, Addie.
Same.
Same.
So yes, Josh, it's going to be a very big problem. I'm kidding.
Okay, that's nice. I don't...
I will do my best.
I mean, I could talk about what's it called again? Sunset Overdrive. Which is totally.
I remember seeing a trailer for that, thinking that it looked pretty cool, and then never hearing a